What is our greatest need as Christians? Is it not God Himself? How do we put on the full armor of God? How do we clothe ourselves with Christ? How do we walk in accordance with the Spirit of God? How do we crucify the flesh with its passions? How do we do these things? Well, there's no lock in Scripture that there's not a key in Scripture to unlock. So Scripture will always define Scripture. And so as we search the Scriptures, we'll see in Isaiah 58 where it says that, and this is a day pleasing to the Lord. This is a day for the yokes to be crushed and smashed. This is a day for the cords to be cut. This is a day where we participate in a grace that is pleasing to the Lord, the grace of fasting. And so this is how we put on the full armor of God, God Himself. That's why it's called the armor of God, because it is God. And he says, as we participate in this grace of fasting, this blessed grace, your righteousness will go before you. The glory of the Lord will be your rear guard. That's clothing yourself with Christ. And then he says in Hebrews 13, it says that it is good for the heart to be nourished or strengthened by grace and not by foods. For those who were so occupied were not benefited. Because we have an altar to eat from which those who served in the tabernacle have no right to eat. Christ is our greatest need. We are utterly dependent upon Him to walk worthy of our calling, fully pleasing Him in every way. Living the Christian life isn't difficult, brothers. It's impossible without Him. We have to have Him. And so Jesus said, if you drink my blood and eat my flesh, you abide in me and I abide in you. How do we abide in Him? How do we bear this fruit? Love, joy, peace, patience, gentleness, tenderness, self-control. Against such there is no law. Well, he says in Isaiah 58, he says, then I will cause you to delight yourself in the Lord, and I will cause you to ride on the high hills of the land. In Hebrew, you can't miss it. It means riding in the battlefields. And I will feed you with the inheritance of your father Jacob. And that's God Himself. Jeremiah 10. It's the Lord of heavenly hosts. This is the only way I know in Scripture where we can actually eat Christ, because we can't do it. God has to feed us with Himself. This is why Paul said, outwardly we're wasting away, but inwardly we're being renewed day by day, always carrying around in the body the death of Christ, that the resurrection life of Christ might be revealed. Death is working in us, but life is working in you. This is how we pick up our cross and follow Him, deny ourselves and follow Christ. Abide in English means to follow behind. So this is how we follow Christ. And this is a practical way that we can do it. This is the Bible tells us. Paul alludes to it all throughout Scripture. Those who belong to Christ have crucified the flesh with its passions. I die daily. And so He is our greatest need. And this is how we put on the full armor of God in Ephesians 6. God bless you. I hope this helps.